Hey there everyone, it's Val and welcome back to Shroud of Avatar. Shroud of the Avatar, The Labors of Valentine. Why did my brain seize up just then? And White Flurry, hello! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? You're not too early, I'm just starting. Alright, just checking things here. Alright, I did a little bit of research off camera. And why is this place full of smoke? Okay, I hope that's fog and this place isn't currently on fire. Anyway, I did a little bit of research, and it looks like the point we're at in the quest line, it basically jumps to a much higher level requirement. So I think at this point, I'm going to leave the quest line alone for now, because while it is the more completed path to take, it is not yet done and we'll be having changes. So I think that I proceeded as far along there as I want to for the time being, so we're going to move on to doing other things. And I thought that I would just say welcome to everybody. Alright, and I need to have a chat with the the Oracle here. Alright, so Path of Love. Yes, Path of Truth. Yes, and Path of Courage. Okay, so now let's take the test. Do you feel your actions demonstrate how to live according to the virtue of truth? Yeah, oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Yes, I do. There we go. Okay, so, last stream I said that you are able to come to the Oracle what looked like every 24 hours. That's not quite true, because I tried that's what I thought it was, but that's not right. I don't know what it is, to be honest, because I came here, I logged briefly into the game during my supper break yesterday, while I was streaming Terraria with Society of Squirrels, and at 5 o'clock it said that I had not waited long enough. Yet by my calculations that was 27 hours since the last time I spoke to the Oracle. So, it's not 24 hours. I don't know what it is. But it's less than 48, because as I just spoke to the Oracle, it's been 48 hours since I last spoke to the Oracle. So, yeah, somewhere between 24 and 48 hours. That's about all I can be certain about. So, we have some cash, and I actually wanted to have a look at my skill in crafting. Now, I've been watching some things on skills, and some videos by Lace Della Morte. Let's see if I can type the name correctly. It's Della Morte. She has a channel on YouTube. I'm sure if you search for Lace Della Morte, you'll find her channel. She has a lot of tutorials on various aspects of Shroud of the Avatar, and she updates them and does new videos as things change. So that is the resource that I use, as well as is it sotawiki.net or .com? Actually, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but SotAWiki is another place that I've been using for looking up things. But she was saying that when you look at something like foraging, once you get to the point at which now, I wasn't certain when she was speaking which number she was talking about, because she has, in the past, made a distinction between several numbers that you see here. It says that my foraging, for example, is level 41. But if you look at the green text, it says plus 45.3 foraging proficiency. So what I'm about to repeat to you from what I watched this morning, I don't know which number she's referring to. But she said that a lot of people will actually change these so that they no longer go up for training, but they'll be maintained. So changing it to this value here so that it doesn't degrade, which skills do have a decay. But when you get to either 40 or 60, depending on what you want to be doing with it, a lot of people turn this off so it's not using up your pooled experience anymore. Because currently there is no demonstrable benefit to continuing to increase it in the tests that they've done. So that my guess is that is a feature that is still being worked on, and that what I just said will probably not be true in the future, but as of release 34, I believe she was referring to, it is still true. So I'm going to keep mine going up, and I think I'm going to get it to 60, but again, I don't know which number she's talking about. But since it says level 41 and the foraging proficiency is higher, if I wait until the level at the top says 60 and then stop it, I'll be safe either way. And actually, that's something too that I've noticed. She said this in several of the videos that I've watched. If you're looking at a crafting recipe and it says you need level 60 in order to learn it, they're referring to the green text level. So you'd have to have 60 foraging proficiency if there was a recipe for foraging, which there isn't. But if there was, that would have to be 60. It's not referring to the level, that the white text level in the upper right-hand corner. That's not the level it's talking about. And that can be very confusing for people. And I can understand that because I'm confused. And usually once I go through something several times, I understand it and I'm good, but this, yeah, it would be very confusing for a lot of people. And unless it says very specifically, foraging level 41 versus foraging proficiency level 41, or yeah, it's, anyway. Point is, there's a number of numbers. Yeah, so anyway. So I'm not going to stop those just yet because they're not high enough, but I should keep an eye on them because at some point I probably will want to do that. We're going to be doing a lot of hunting today, I hope, checking out new areas. But as always, I wanted to start here at the Oracle. And you might notice this is a different Oracle, and you guys haven't seen this one yet. This is the main Oracle in central Britannia. And I chose to go here because it's the closest to Elisar's forest. And I'll show you around the town a little bit. This place is still under construction, so there's not a lot there's not a lot of point at looking at everything in detail because it's going to be fleshed out, it can be changed. But I will say I do like the architecture. I'm sure that's probably going to remain very much the same. Let's see if I try not to get lost here. Getting lost, it's so fun. Not really. Alright, so now I'm heading down into the main part of the town, and this is the part that once we get to a certain point, might be familiar to you from my trips going through to see Aeslar's forest. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and reset my bind point to inside my house. I will call it my house, I'm renting, but, it's mine for the time being. And, oops. There's the farming supplies merchant from whom we bought our apple seeds. And down over here is the main entrance, and this is where we go to Aeslar's forest, which is... Okay. Dang it. I thought I knew where I was, and I didn't. I went the wrong way. It's over this way. It has to be. We're close to it, let me put it that way. I didn't know there was more than one entrance, but there obviously is. This one? Yeah, dang it. Here I thought I'd... I don't think this is it, because I don't see the balloon. Oh, darn it. Maybe there's more than one merchant. There might be. Farming merchant. That might be the source of my confusion. Okay, so... There's the red thing. I don't see... Okay, yes, I'm lost. I am totally and utterly lost. Okay, well, I tried. I tried to look all smooth and polished, and yes, I know where I am, and... Oh, well, I don't. So we're going to run around here, and you're going to get more of a tour of the town than I originally planned. Yeah, I have no idea where I am. But I think that was closer to where we need to be. I kind of expected to be able to see the, that balloon that you used to get to the overland a lot more easily, but you cannot. Might not have the longer distance models in yet. Armor and weapons, housing and buying orders, add-ons and rewards. My guess is these are personal shops. Yes, it is, because that's what the sign tells us. It means it's a player-owned home. Not that I wouldn't... If I had lots of money, I'd be more likely to browse the vendors, but right now, yeah, we don't have a lot of money, so there's not a lot of point in looking at them unless I'm looking for something specific. Right. Okay. See, I kind of expected them to be over here. But that's not it, because if this was the place I thought it was, there would be wagons over there, and there are not. I know I'm in the right... It's Central Britannia. It says so on the map there. They're in the thing up there. Oh well. I'll get it sorted out. I'll slowly figure out my way around. Whoa, look at that statue. Wow, very impressive. I can see why they have it there. It'd be very easy for somebody to say, yes, if you would like to buy some things, look for the giant dragon statue. That'll be the place to go. That looks rather featureless. Obviously something is planned to go there. Oh no, it's a player thing. I wonder if it's this particular one is owned. Claimed by... Ooh. It's owned by a ghost. Okay, we won't go there. Alright, I think what I might have to do is I might have to get out the map. Not the one I have on my person, but on the wiki, because I don't own one in game yet, and I haven't seen to buy, but I have no idea where I am. All I know is that we are not finding the gate that I need to find. And this is rather troubling because, well, I could just log out and log back in again saying take me to the overland map. I would kind of like to get a feel for where things are here, because if we're going back and forth to that oracle, it'd be kind of nice to know that I could do that without spending the next 20 minutes to half an hour trying to get back to the gate, which I'm doing right now. Right. Yeah, because I have no idea where I am. Come on. Today I might be forced to do that just to save time, but, well, if nothing else, you're getting a view of stuff in the town. Not what I plan to do, but, you know. Essentials and curiosities. It's lovely. Soul shop. Yeah, like we're down near the harbor on this end. Obviously not where we need to be. The reason I'm kind of taking the edge around is I'm trying to see the gate. Or another gate, so I can check to see if it's our gate. But I'm not having a lot of luck there either. There's cows just wandering. Oh, there's a gate. Let's see, is that my gate? I don't know. Don't think it is. No, I don't remember it being that steep going up there. Not to mention the fact we can't see a balloon, but again, there might not be a line of distance thing there. Well, we'll go across here and continue on a bit more, and I'll give it another couple minutes. If I'm still unable to find my way, I'm just going to do the method that I just spoke about in order to get out of here. Obviously, I need to spend some more time off camera running around here just so that I know where the heck everything is. Or at least the important points. Dubner's Discount Doodads. Okay, I love that name. I have to see what this person... Oops. I just want to see this person's shop. A boiled seed cannot... Obviously some books. Epic cloth gloves. A short bow. Really? You're selling a short bow for that much? Well, I can make those. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, setting your own price on them. That's your lookout. But, you know, personally, with what I know so far about the pricing in the game, I wouldn't pay that much for what, to me, is a basic, very basic weapon. It was a +1. It still seems a little high to me, but... Thing is, I'm not used to the various pricings. Because the market will fluctuate. I'm just trying to decide which way to go. The market will fluctuate. I don't think that's going to help us. Market will fluctuate with the demands of the players. And unless you spend a lot of time looking at prices on vendors, as well as, I think, have sort of personal experience about how much it really costs to make items, then... Is that it? I don't think that's it. Then it's really hard to know if the prices you are seeing on vendors are reasonable, you know, in the right ballpark, totally too little, totally too much. You just don't know. Alright, yeah, I'm not... I mean, I can't even find the place we were at first. I mean, we're finding lots of cool things, just not the things I'm looking for. Hey there, cat. I mean, we can exit here, but I wanted to go to Aeslar's Forest, so we're going to have to go out and go back in again. It's the only... Yeah, I have to do that. Right, so the plan for today is... First, I have a book to write. Then we're going to read one of the books that Sienna has written, because I would like to see what her story is, at least get started on it. And then we are going to check on the farm, see how things are growing. I have no clue how long it's going to take for those things to grow. They've been growing for about 40 hours now, roughly. So we can see what's going on there. So let's just go ahead and go in. And remember, I was saying that when you're wandering around on the road, that if you are in friends only mode, there are currently no wandering encounters. Well, I was wrong. There are wandering encounters. They just seem to be very rare. When I was running back to... I can't remember which direction I was going. I think I was going from Aeslar's Forest back to Adoris. And I ran into a bunch of bandits. And basically what it did was it put me right into, you know, an adventure scene. And there was too many of them. There was like 6. I started to take them on, and then more and more appeared, and I was like, oh, forget this. 1 or 2 at a time I can handle, but 6, not happening. So I ran. And so there you go. I don't know how common they're supposed to be, but that seems very rare to me. But I know that for the... Is it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before, a sort of a pre-release look at what's coming in the next release, which is release 36? No, this is release 34, so it's release 35. Yeah, because this is from this one. Okay, so release 35, which should be on October the 27th. There's actually going to be... You'll see the bad guys wandering on the overland map, so they won't be invisible anymore. You'll see them, and you can avoid them. You can run towards them. You can try to flee from them if they notice you. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to checking that out. We'll see how that does. Right, so this is the area that I was trying to find. Now, I'm not sure, but I think if you go this way and follow this road, this takes you to the Oracle. I think. So, of course, I'm going to waste a little bit more time going here because I want to see if I'm right. Then I'm going to retrace my steps so I can get a picture of what it looks like going back and see if I can figure out where I went wrong. Yeah, because I think that's through there, up to the Oracle. So, anyway, obviously, if I just mental note, stick to the right coming back, and I'm far more likely not to get lost. Right, I was expecting more of a direct route back. I think that's where I got confused. I took what looked like a more main road, and it took me to a different part. Okay, so we're here, and this is the guy that I thought that we'd found, which was the merchant guy. Ah, but he was around a statue of a guy. This is Sequana? So obviously there's two farming merchant guys. Right, so, okay. Gotcha. Okay, let's go to Lars Forest. It's all learning. Once you figure out and have sort of memorized where things are, it's much nicer, but there's always that painful period when you don't know where anything is, and that's why I rely so heavily on mini-maps. And while I understand the reason for that not being in Shroud of the Avatar on purpose, that you're supposed to use scrolls, maps, and that sort of thing, as someone who finds it... I don't remember things the first time round, sometimes not even the second or third time round when it comes to figuring out where things are. I get lost easily, and that's just the way that I am. Other things I'm very good at remembering, and I only have to see it once or do it once and I'm good. Finding my way around maps is not one of those things. Where's my wings? There we go. Like, I'm starting to learn where everything is here. And in fact, let's go back this way to the house, because I know where that is. And we'll get the first book that I want to read. And we also have to decorate the house, too, with the things that Sienna provided for housewarming. So, yeah. I'm going to have to do some of that, too. Not sure. There's so many things I want to do today, I don't know where to start. Now, one of the things that I'm pretty sure what I'm about to say is true, because you have recipes for building houses, so I'm pretty sure you can actually move these houses and put them in your backpack. Like I say, pretty sure. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. So that skeleton that's in the basement, that's hidden under the floor now, that will eventually be recoverable if and when this house is moved. So it's not lost and gone forever. But that's important because if you decide to build a certain house, you might decide that you don't like that style and you would like to build a different kind of house. And you can take that house down and put up a new one. Now, that said, I'm not quite sure if you have to have the house totally empty of items before you can move it, or whether like the planter bed, you could pick it up intact, furnishings and all, and stick it, in your backpack, which seems it would be very heavy, but so anyway, maybe one day we'll get to play with that and find out how much is actually how it works and how much I understood correctly about how it works. All right, well, let's start with A. Slurs' Lament. I think that seems like a good book to start with. And we'll read them basically one a day kind of thing until we've read them all. I'm not going to read them all at once. All right, so Elisar's Lament by Sienna Danan, published by the Lady Writers Publishing Company, Aslars Forest, Novia. It's September 20th, $4.95. I wonder how you tell what year it is in this world. I have yet to... Oh, possibly we could look at the dial here, and that would actually tell you. So apparently this was written in-game 4 years ago. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. I actually sent a question to Sienna saying, how do I tell what day it is? I haven't noticed any place where... And yet it's right there. Okay. It's small print, so that's my reason for missing it, because small print and me don't get along too well. New Britannia binding number? Oh, it's a poem. It calls to me my native land, my mother's kiss, my father's hand. They call me home, cross land and sea, but goddess knows when that shall be. The hills, the seas, the meadows fair, all sing to me, though I'm not there. I hear them calling in my dreams, those whispering trees, those laughing streams. But here I stand in this strange land, wearing plate, a sword in hand. With sweat upon my weary brow, I'm forced to fight, man, beast, and drow. No warrior lives in this soul. My tender heart, once pure and whole, breaks each time my blade cuts skin. Can sorrow kill one from within? I dream of home, yet here I must stay, and forge a life, or fade away. Heart or blade, my only thought. Can I survive what fate has wrought? I like that. I like that poem. Cool. Look forward to reading the other ones, and I've got to let a cat out. Just a moment, please. I will be right back in about 30 seconds once I let the meowing feline out of the room. Alrighty. Oh, speaking of cats. I think we might do a little bit of decorating here. Let's pick a room to be a sitting room. And we will set up... Let's see. How about these? Bookshelf. And a candle, maybe. No, just one candle, please. No, one, thank you. Alright, I think this room seems like an appropriate place for a sitting room, don't you? Okay. Now, one of the things that I'm still not very good at, and is... if there's a way to easily move while you've got an item in your hand, I'm not sure what it is or how you do it. So this might take a few tries. So let's put it in this corner kind of thing. Let's start with a sofa. Let's face the sofa kind of this way. Okay, and to turn it, use Q and E. Okay. See, one of the things that you could do in Fallout 4 was you could actually pick up something and then you could turn while you're holding it. And that's the part that I'm having trouble... Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I'm having trouble with right now. Is actually physically positioning yourself, and that's what I keep wanting to do. And in order to move the item, and you can't seem to do that. Or if there's a way, I don't know the keys to do it with. So let's put it back in my inventory, because I've changed my mind. I think we're going to put it against the wall here. Like this. Okay, so that's very far from the wall. Okay, that's a little better. And let's take the armchair. That would not be what I wanted to do. Come on. And the Q and the E to turn it. Plus, it gives us an idea of what these look like. Quit it, stuffing. Nope. There we go. Nope. Alright. Okay, so that's the different styles. Yeah, to me this one is more, you'd put like at a desk or something. But we can worry about that later. And you have a candle. We don't really have any tables to put it on, so I think for now we'll stick this candle in the corner like this. That'll provide a little bit of light in the room. So yeah, I'm going to have to muck about with this off camera, I think, and get a little bit more familiar with how you move around to put things down. But that gives us an idea. We still have a bookshelf to put down. And if we... Don't know if there's a front and back to a bookshelf or not. Now let's see about... let's go get the book that we read and let's try putting it on the shelf. Oops. Okay. Alright, we have our first book on a shelf. Woohoo! Okay. Alright, Pussycat. Now, you might notice that I've got a bag in here marked for Val. And that is a present from Nick. He left it for me in the community hall, and I picked it up yesterday. And he's given me some nicer armor to wear, which is awesome, and I really appreciate it because, well, the biggest trouble that we have right now is that I'm basically running on newbie equipment. Now, we have an invoice. I'll talk about that in a second here. We have an invoice. So for the leather chest, he wants a wave. For the leather leggings, a smile. For the gloves, a thumbs up. And the boots, no pliers. And he says that because at one point he thought I had pliers in my hand and I was threatening him with them. So I think he's worried about some parts of his anatomy in regard to those pliers. But I swear I had no pliers in my hand. He was hallucinating the whole thing. And the total was for satisfaction. Have fun and happy hunting. So, Nick, thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. And I still have no idea how hard these are to make, except that I think they are pretty hard. But +5s and +6s, I think, aren't... they're considered sort of median armor. So... this is going to last us for a good long while, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. And so, Nick, thank you so much. Once I figure out what crafting I want to do, what I want to really spend a lot of time and effort developing, if I decide it's leather armor and stuff, then Nick can probably give me some pointers. But I still think I'm probably going to go for cooking, even though it's not fully implemented yet. So we might... cooking and something else is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But at least I have something to wear while I'm figuring out what the heck I'm doing. Something more than what I made. So, for example, if we look at the leather leggings I made, so they're pretty basic. 2 damage resistance. I did get a durability bonus, and that's what the +1 means. 1.6 combat dodge modifier. But if you look at these ones, +4 dexterity, +15% damage resistance, +4 intelligence, +1.9 combat dodge modifier. But it did lose some durability. But I think these are awesome, and I'm going to enjoy wearing them a lot. So let's go ahead and drop those in my inventory. Now, this bag. This was crafted by Nick, and I will admit, when I first saw this, I did a double take. Oops. He's named it that. That's why it's orange colored, because he's done that. And if you hover over it, we can see that Nick made it. So, I might have to change the name, Nick. Sorry, but I like to know what's in the bag, so... I do appreciate the bag, though, because, well, I like to have things nice and sorted out. And so... basically, I got 2 things here. I got a sack and a bag from Nick, as well as the other things. And we'll have to keep that invoice because we'll have to make that payment. Right, so let's equip this. And we'll equip this. And I'm ignoring the cat. Which means these things we can... well, I could sell that. And I'll probably disassemble the plain pieces. And, let's see. Where's my... oh, I think I've already got it equipped. Alright, in that case, let's go to the Ranger. Just make sure it's equipped. Oh, that's right, it unequipped those. That's too bad you can't, like, just equip them all. By selecting all of them and say, equip. That would be nice. Come on, equip it. Equip. And we want to modify it. And use current equipment. And we'll do the same thing with the travel. Use current equipment. So now, when I run around, in this. Oops, let's get back up to this view. And there we go. Oh, look at I glow now. Woohoo! You can see it looks different than my old armor. Very glowy yellow. That's going to make it hard to sneak. But no, this is awesome. Now, items will wear out, so hopefully by the time we need to replace this, I'll either I'll know whether I want to be making them myself or whether we're going to be, I'll have the money to actually ask Nick to craft certain things and pay him for them. Because this is all nice gifts that are free, as gifts are, but I don't want to be living on people's generosity. I would like to be one of those people that help, provide to other people in the future. But at least I can say that I have the beginnings of an understanding of what goes into making what I'm wearing now. But anyway, enough about that. I think we need to switch over to the Halloween outfit. And now I thought yeah, there it is. I'd say I thought that I had figured out where this was in relation to other things. It's right here. Okay, so looks like the bushes are almost full grown. They haven't gotten their first batch of anything yet, but it looks like let's see, the garlic has grown up. Mandrake isn't grown yet. The nightshade is still growing. Our apple trees are still growing, and our pumpkins are grown. So that really, I messed it up again. Wonder if you can escape and put a no. Dang it, I messed it up. Oh wait, did it put it back? I think it put it back where it's supposed to be. Okay, let's get out of decoration mode, so I don't mess up Sienna's hard done lines and stuff like I did over here. And I think she might have fixed it, because it looks a little straighter than it did before. Alright, so anyway, as I was saying, it looks like the cotton plants need more than 40 hours to grow. The garlic are less, obviously. Mandrake is more, as is nightshade. So garlic grows fastest. Garlic and pumpkins grow the fastest. But now we should actually be able to harvest them. Plant garlic harvested successfully. Okay, so you have to plant a new seed every time. Okay, so I mean, that makes sense, but it'd be kind of nice if you got a seed back too. But so we're gonna have to buy the seed every time. And the garlic seed costs 16. Alright, well, so obviously harvesting it in the wild is going to be cheaper, because A, it's free, but it just, okay. Well, I was kind of hoping that you could, like, get a seed back from it and you didn't have to keep doing that, but apparently that's how it works. And if that's how it works, we need, we need the... Now, adding the fertilizers, and I still haven't had a chance to look up what the fertilizers consist of. Possibly fish. That's a total guess, because fish is often used as a fertilizer in games that I've played. Quit it! I need to... I don't know if the pumpkins are going to be the same or not, or whether they'll regrow. I think I'm going to assume that they're not going to, and we're gonna, oops, we're gonna take 4. Now, the apple trees, I really, them and the cotton, those ones kind of make sense that they would regrow and you don't pick the whole plant. But okay, so this gives you an idea of how big of an area you would need to have a decent growing, if you, depending on what you were wanting to do for yourself. So the garlic, I think garlic is used in healing potions, as well as cooking. Nope, you picked the whole thing. Okay. Dang it. I wonder if that happens with the apples too. Okay. Come on. No, I'm sorry, Stefan. The lap is not available. The feline has water and food, so she's just being a hack. Okay. Alright, well. I guess we'll find out what's what when we come back. And things are grown. Okay, next thing. I think it's time to do a little bit in the crafting area. Let's see if I can figure out. That is there, so the crafting area should be over this way, I think. Unless there's more than one of these here. I think there might be more than one of these, because I don't see the road. Okay, now I'm lost. Okay, we've got the farm here. So let's try going this way. Yeah, I think there's 2 of them, because the one I'm thinking of is over this way. Yeah, this is Sienna, so this is the direction I wanted to go. See, there's the other little greenhouse, elven greenhouse right there. That's the one I thought it was, but it's not. There's 2. And this was the road that I was looking for when I ran around it. But it didn't have one because it was the wrong one. Okay, so I was talking about writing a book. Because Sienna suggested that I might want to write a book and include the information about the archives for people who are new to the game. And she offered to put it in the bookshop, so it's going to be on the desk for people to read. So I did a little bit of research on how to write a book. And let's see, it is June 1st, spring 1499, so now at least we know what date it is, so I can put that the right thing in there. Now, I need okay, first 1 June 499. Oops. I'm just editing my text file, and then we will start pasting it into the game. she gave me 2 books, 2 blank books to use, and let's see if we can find them. Where did I put them? Not here. Must have put them into the bank. Possibly scrolls. No, because they should be under B for blank book. Where did I put them? Dang it. Right, this is the one I want. Let's put the garlic in here. Put the pumpkin in here. For public vendor, let's throw the things I think I'm going to sell in there. And we'll put these in here to be taken apart. And then we'll put those both back in the bank here. Now, I forgot to look for the books. There they are. Don't think we need anything else, so we'll leave that there. The reason that I'm leaving it in here is it's just easier for me to sort it out, and it's in a bag. Unfortunately, you can't put a bag in a chest that has things in it. At least not that chest, public chest. If it's a private chest, that might be a different matter. And actually, we'll put this in here for now, as well as the 4 Val. Just a second here. Just so when we see Nick, a wave, a smile, and a thumbs up, and no pliers. Let's put that in there. All right. And those few things that I'd made, I actually put them on the vendor just to try it out. So you do that under manage, not manage orders, manage inventory. Oh, so it looks like you can order these items from different people. Wonder if we click on it. No, Adobe brick 2-story costs 30,000. An airship. We could order an amethyst or an amethyst fragment. All the things you could put on and say, I'd like to order these, and somebody can come along later and say, hey, I think I'll fulfill that order. So, let's see. Do they have the Elven's homes here? No, they do. Nice. Alright, anyway, back to what I was doing. Which was manage inventory, and those are the 3 things I listed. Because this is a commission-free vendor, that's how Sienna set it up. You don't actually get charged anything, but if you do it on the public vendor, when you list it, you get charged a fee that's non-refundable. And BVB, hello, welcome to the stream on Twitch. How you doing? I am going to see if we can figure out how to make a longbow before we go. If we don't have the ingredients that we need to make it, I might end up buying one of these. But I think we should be able to make these fairly easily. But we'll see. Not too bad, other than the cat meowing in the background that's driving me out of my mind. Right. So, to edit a book, to write a book, you double click on it and it opens this interface. You can actually import text. I'm not going to do that, however. The primary reason is that it reveals personal information, i.e. my real life name, for example. When I set up this computer, I did not think of the fact that I should call my username Val. Next computer I will do that, and I don't feel like going back and editing the video to remove that. So you can import text and pull it all in and edit it, but we're just going to do a copy and paste instead. So we're going to enter the book title, which is Labors of Valentine. Now there's two fonts to choose from. There's the default and there's runic, so we could actually have it say the Labors of Valentine in runic, but we're not. We're going to go for the default, which is not runic. Otherwise I'm going to have a lot of trouble editing it. And you can see that you have 8,000 characters in a book, so that's not a huge amount. It's a reasonable amount, but not a huge amount. Alright, so let's copy my text that I wrote up earlier. And let's go ahead. She's been a lot more vocal lately, yes, because she has learned, due to the mice, that I'm giving her wet food frequently. Okay, so it looks like... Looks like that didn't work. So it basically stripped all... Alright, so if I had opened it in a different format, it might have worked it. Okay, so it stripped everything out. Can I... Yeah, I can copy it. Control A, and I can get rid of what's on the page. So let's go back. Let me find my text. Alright, so we're going to pull it in piece by piece so we can test it out. Might have to type some of it in, particularly the formatting. Now, it's supposed to allow some BB codes. I'm just not sure how they work. I thought you could just, put the square bracket B and square bracket, but that's obviously not the case. Quit it. Alright, I'm just going to do a quick search and see if I can find out... I thought that I'd already found the answers to this, but obviously I missed something. Avatar, BB codes, book. Let's see if I can find anything useful here. Publishing guide to publish books, blah blah blah. I read that one. It did not talk about the fact that the how to apply the BB codes. Because you can't just type them in. When writing text for your books, you also have these following options. Yeah, it's not letting me... Yeah, it doesn't say anything. You have to do anything special. So either it's changed since this guide was written. Yeah, because you can't type the square bracket at all. Okay, fine. I guess we won't have any nice formatting then because I can't figure out how to make it work. Nope. Okay, never mind. Let's just put a line there. And here I thought I was going to make it all look nice and neat, and it would be cool, but of course not. So when you press the up arrow, it goes to the top, not to the line above previous. Okay, well that's annoying. Ah, don't go down that many. Ah. Do what I want you to do, not what you think I want you to do. Oh, sorry, it's the 2nd of June now. That's roughly centered. And okay. So, can I tell it to go to the next... No? How do I get you to go to the next page? There's only 208 characters. Do I have to paste the whole thing in? Oh, that's kind of annoying. At once? How do I... Okay. Okay. Those aren't gonna... Alright, we'll just edit it after the fact. It's gonna munge it all in. Like it did the first time around, but hopefully it's on the right page. There we go. That is a capital W, believe it or not. See, this is where the bold and stuff would have come in and made it look a little nicer. Little W, big up W, they're the same. Trying to decide how to how to offset this so that it looks a little nicer, given that we can't do any kind of formatting like I was planning. Now, if we can keep it to 2 pages, that would be nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. No, that looks terrible. Oops. Okay, I think I'm going to take that off, then we can fit it on one line. Oop. Of course, you're not going to fit on one line, are you? Because that would be too helpful. Make it look all nice and neat and... Heaven knows! Can't do that. Alright, let's... If I do that... You're not going to do it. Nope, you're just going to insist on going to the next line. Even if I take that out. Okay, fine. I'm going to put my dashes back then. Alright, I think... that will do. Now, to publish it... Actually, what's under options? Okay, that's where you can change this. So once you publish it, it's done. So once I hit that publish button, if I have any typos, that's it. The book is done and I have to write a new one if I don't like it. So let's just make sure we got the date right. I think we do. And I'm pretty sure I spelt Alisar's Forest right. Okay, I think it's good. So let's go ahead and hit the publish button. Okay, so can no longer be edited. We have a 3-page book. Called The Labors of Valentine. Now, I don't know if I can use this item. Looks like I am allowed to use it, so that's excellent. It's been set to public access. So, in order to take a book that you want to copy, you can put that in there, and you need 1 or more blank books. We're only going to do 1, because that's all I have. But all I have to do, I believe, is say craft. And suddenly I have 2 copies. 2 coppers. I have 2 coppers to my name, and 2 copies of The Labors of Valentine. So we can take that. I wanted to keep 1 for myself, and we're going to put the other one in the community chest for Sierra, the agreed upon place. I swear, that wasn't there before, was it? Alright. So, I am now a published author. Woo! Wish I'd been able to figure out how to get the BB Goes working, but obviously there's some trick to it. You probably have to press a certain key or something like that in order for it to function. Now, this is a magic printing press. I do not know if these are available to be purchased anywhere, either within Novia or in the add-on store. I do know that this was one of the backer gifts. This particular one, I think, but I don't know if that was just where they were first available or whether that's where they're only going to be available. So I confess my lack of knowledge in that respect. So anyway, let me just close the text file I had open for my story. I created 0 copies of a book. I created 1 copy. They both work. At least they better both work. Better check. I do not have permission to remove items. Okay, well, we'll hope it works, because if it doesn't, then Sienna will be going, yeah, about that copy, about that book. It's blank. There's nothing in it. Alright, so we're going to go back, and we are going to drop this copy of the book off in that chest. And I think we're going to change the permissions on that chest just so that other people can... I'm going to use it like a mailbox where people can drop items in, like the community chest on the front porch. But you can't take anything out unless you're me or Sienna, basically, because she owns the plot. So she's the co-owner. I think if I set it to those permissions, then it'll function just fine as a mailbox. Until I can actually get a different chest that I can put out here and actually make it a mailbox. But it looks like the community chest, well, it wouldn't work for me as a mailbox because I can't take anything out of it. Alright, so I'll put that in there. And is there anything else I want to drop off before we head out? I do not think so. We might leave this behind, if it'll let us. No, it won't. It can't be moved to a publicly accessible container. Okay. Well, I don't want to trade it, I just don't want it on my person right now. That's all. Okay, so item permission co-owner. Did I change it already? I might have. Oh, that's for the chest itself. I think I did change it to that. Container remove or modify contents. Add items as kindred. So we could set remove or modify to co-owner. So, but because the add items on kindred, anybody can put stuff in there. So, we'll try that. We'll see. Now, I just realized that I was going to try to make a longbow. So I think we'll see if I have what I need to do that. Now I'm going to have to look up the recipe because I have not made a longbow before. So once we go back to the bank, grab my crafting bag, crawl over to the crafting hall. See, if I could put that bag directly into my chest, I would leave it there. But I have to take everything out of the bag and put it in the chest. Which is annoying. And not what I want to do. Because then I can just pick it up and go to whatever it is I'm working on and everything's on me. But can't do that. Like I said, crawl. A lot of stuff in there. Which is why crawling from... I'll show you what it does, what it says when I try to put the bag in the chest. Maybe I'll eventually... You know... I mean, it might make sense to, because you can't go. That's the problem. You can't select everything that's in a bag. You know, like with Control A. To make it faster, you have to, you know, scroll. All right. So if I want to put this in here, it says nope. Non-empty bags cannot be placed outside of your inventory or bank. Please empty bags if you wish to transfer them. Which is a pain in the posterior. Okay, just a moment while I look up. Ah, yes, and when I was talking about SotA Wiki before, it's sotawiki.net. SOTAWIKI.net. And I want to look up a longbow. It's a great longbow. But I don't think mine's going to be that great. It's a two-handed bow. Can be purchased from Theo the blacksmith. I see. It looks cool, but it doesn't seem to... Oops. Alright, come here. Longbow. It's a carpentry craftable item. Okay, so we need a few things. We need 2 bowstrings. We need a long bow stave. And we need wax. Okay, so wooden rasp, 10 wooden timbers. Yowza. And we needed one of those. Well, let's start with that then. Do I have that much material? Because if I don't, we might as well just put this back. Okay, so we need 10 timber of the same type. Do we have pine? Okay, no, we can't do it. Alright, well, let's see how much it's going to be annoying to select everything. Because you have to do this. Scroll to the end. Do that. Open this. And drag it in. I guess it's not that bad. It's just me and my... I just want to drop the bag in thing. It's not going to let me. Okay, we'll do that. So if we make this item private, your private item. So that's interesting. I thought it would gray out the other permissions, because you would think that if you make it private, then container remover modify contents kindred would actually not apply anymore. So why is it not grayed out? But it looks like I can change it to non-private at any time. Interesting. Well, I'll leave it like that for now then. Not that I'm worried about the contents, but it's just... You know me. I don't remember if I've done something and if I... Or if I still have something. And it's going to nag at me if I go to look for something and it's not there. It's like, well, did I use it and I've just forgotten? Or is it a bug that's made it go away? Or did somebody actually filch it? And since I can't look at the log, I can't satisfy and shut up my brain about what happened to whatever the item is. Now, 99.9% of the time, the problem is going to be my memory. I know this. I accept this. But I need to be able to look at the log to tell it. And I can't because it's not my lot. So, that's the only reason I'm setting it to private. It's not because I think people are going to come by and take things, because their actions are being logged and they can be tracked down and slapped about. Whereas if there was no way for you to track who did what, then yeah, there are unfortunately a lot of asshats in the world. Wish it weren't so, but it is. But anyway, point being, let's go ahead and put on our ranger equipment. So we're going without the longbow that I hoped we would have, because I wanted to try it versus the short bow. Now, my understanding of weaponry is that a short bow is intended for closer range combat. Not as close as melee, but although I have been using it like that. But a longbow is intended for far distance shots. So I wanted the longbow for hunting things like deer, for example, that run away if you get too close. And as soon as you're getting within range, the short bow, where you can actually hit the deer with a short bow, they're already starting to run away. So that's why I wanted a longbow. Actually, what am I doing? I said that I was going to buy that pine bow if I couldn't figure out, or if I didn't have what I needed to make my own. So let's go back and buy that so we can actually do that. The hunting of deer, I mean. Now, if it's something that's going to attack me, I would prefer to use the short bow because I'm going to be constantly running away from them, and distance to them is not going to be a big issue. Aside from the first shot, I mean. Alright, so let's see what we have here. We have 3 pine longbows. They're all by a patty, I believe. And they all look the same. Yeah, I think they all... Oops, they have all the same thing. So, we're gonna buy this longbow from a patty. Okay. I might put this into the misc. Oh, the leather boots. Darn it. Hang on here. Just trying to reduce the amount of weight that I have before we go, because we're going to need all the room we can get. So let's go ahead and put this in here, because we want to be able to... That's not what I wanted. Open it. Is that mine? Yes, that's mine. Open it. Then go ahead and put this in here, because I want to take it apart. There, that saves us a little bit, tiny bit of weight. Now we can go. And that means I might as well get rid of that. Not that you can see that, but it was covering the chat windows. I want to be able to see if you guys say anything. But you're all being quiet today. I don't know why I keep going back here. This is not going to help me. I actually have to go to the wagon. There's something in my brain. You're still trying to wake up. Yeah. I can understand that. Do, 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 do. Happy birds today. Oh, I'm sorry you've been having trouble sleeping, BVB. I can totally relate to that as well, as you know. And yeah, you get your schedule getting messed up because of that. Yep, totally relate to that too. I'm just starting to get mine back on track again. Okay. Anchor. So we're going to try to do some hunting around the area nearest to where I live now, rather than traveling long distances. Now, I don't know if there's any two skull areas nearby, but we will have a peek at the various areas. Now, I think the wharfs and the estates and the alleys are all places, basically towns, where people are living. The graveyard, however, I'm pretty sure is not. So we can look. Some of them have the little spike on the overland map so you can tell. This one does not. So hopefully I don't go in and promptly get whacked. If it's like, you know, this area is in early development. Not all NPCs have scheduled. Oh, okay. So this is not a place where you can hunt. Okay, well, there you go. That's probably why there's no skull on a spike outside. So let's go back out again. Okay. So there's Elad's lighthouse over there, but I think that is a town as well. Oops. Come on. There we go. Now, I think we're going to go this way. Yeah, Don's Keep is a player town. Okay, so we have North Midmar Way. Let's see how many skulls that has. I'm looking for a 2 skull. It's not horribly far away. Oh, good. We have a 2 skull. Fabulous. Now, if it turns out that these are too hard, then I'll have to go back and look for a white 1 skull place, but I'm hoping we might actually be able to handle a 2 skull. This area is early development temporarily based on another scene. Okay, so it's still 2 skull in here. This is good. Let's just hide out here while we check it out. Oh, I never added. Let's look at the combat here. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. That's not quite what I wanted to do, but it... Lock, unlock, please. Where's distract? Distract, please. Thank you. So that increases dexterity, and let's get camouflage. No, we want silent movement. That's it. I think that's what we want to do. And then distract. Camouflage, we can have 2 out of 4. I think that'll do. We don't want to put too many glyphs in here, I think, at this point. Let's just have 1 camouflage in. There we go. So it takes it down to 23. And silent movement. Actually, want another one in there. 2 silent movements. Gotcha. Okay, so this one, I wanted to try something here. Okay, so now I made an enhanced one. You can right-click to dismiss. Now that's a piercing shot. Right-click to dismiss. Ah, so it does go away. It just takes a while. Okay, I was wondering. It just seems to take a little longer. Okay, so dash is here. This is silent movement. So that might be one that we actually want to keep up. Come on. See, this is why if you have fewer... There we go. What you want might actually be up. Okay, this is probably going to get us 2 wolves. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So we've got wolves here. We go through the trees like this. Okay, they're ones that are... Okay, so you can see they keep running away. Let's try the pine longbow. Okay. I think I'd like silent movement to always be available. Alright, so let's go back here. Let me just adjust my combat deck again. Hopefully I don't get attacked while I'm doing this. Alright. So I put that there. Camouflage. Thing is, I can see it being useful, having camouflage. But maybe not in the deck. Okay, so let's take silent movement. Let's put it there. Let's lock it. Take that out of there, and we'll take camouflage out of there. So that reduces the number of things we have coming up. Now, I wanted to try changing these up a little bit. And the reason is, if you have three slots with the same thing that can go into it, let me just find the ones that I want. Okay, so aim shot. So if aim shot can come up here, if it can come up here, then when we combine it with one of these, we can have the combination items sitting. Now, if I remember to do it the right way around, in fact, I might change these around. No, actually I won't. If I can remember to press 3 first and then 2, then the combo will be stored here. And then if I combine one of these, like the same one, this in here, and store it here, then I can then combine these two and get the next tier up for that. Which right now with the configuration before I put this here, was never going to happen. So let's see. Let's put... Because for combos, I only have the 2 that's available right now. Right, just those 2. There. You can see both of them at the same time. So this plus this gives me this one. And this plus this gives me this one. But, yeah, so this... we'll try this. I might decide that I do not like it and... won't do it. But let's try it. Don't know until you try, right? And so far, just using the longbow seems about as effective as using a short bow, so... I wonder if there is ever going to be a difference between them. You know, that a short bow is more for closer combat, like I would think. Or if it really makes any difference whatsoever currently. Okay. So we've got this one now. Just now for waiting. Of course, now I can't do it because I've got it... right, I have to press the 3 first. Because I can't combine those now. So let's wait for that to go away. Okay, so this is air gusts. So 3, 2, now it's stored it there. Which means we have to wait for this one to come up. Nope. Where's the other one? Quickly. Okay, so 1. We get the air gust again. 1, 3. Oh, and the other one already went away. Okay, so I wonder if there's a skill that improves how quickly things come into your hotbar. Because right now, by the time what I needed came up, it was too slow. So part of it could be making sure you're picking the right things to go into your combat deck, and maybe I just have too many things in there right now, and that's why. Well, see if I, as a first step, let me see if I can get used to pressing the 3 key first. Alright, so you, an arrow to the knee. You're too far away. No, you're definitely too far away. Nope. We definitely have to do the silent movement. Sneak up, hopefully. Do this. Yeah, because the longbow is still hitting him no matter how close he is. And as far as I can tell... Well... I guess until you run some statistics... It seems to me that when he was further away I was doing more damage. 9 damage. So... It does do more damage than the short bow. Short bow does 3 to 9. Longbow does 7 to 21. So... what do you mean that may be the purpose of the longbow? I want to pick these. Buttercups. The more damage. Yeah, but then why would you ever use a short bow? If the long... Yeah, that may be the thing use in the long run, but in the short run, if the longbow does more damage, like all the time, why would you ever use a short bow? which is why I'm trying this closer up to see if we're still... Yeah, I'm still doing... I did 19 there from aim shots, so... Alright, I'm going to go under the assumption that it's not finished yet. But I will do some more research. It is slower, at least for the particular one that I had. This short bow +1 actually had +5% attack speed. So that could be it too. I mean, it would make sense a longbow would be... But it seems to me they shoot the same distance. And I kind of expected... It's like this. This says range 20. Alright. Now if I... Oops. If I quit this... Range 15. Okay, there is a difference in range. 4 to 10 physical damage. Oop, now it's gone. No, I want to see the other one. Come on. Show me the other one. That's not the one I want to see. Come on. Show it. There we go. Yeah, it does more damage, but I mean it does because it's a longbow. So... So there is a range difference. So that's good. I didn't really feel like it was, but... Alright, so I wonder if these wolves will attack me at all. If I... Let's put on the light, so you guys can see. We're just gonna go wander towards the wolves and see if they get annoyed at all. I need the wood. Ooh, excellent. Cinnamon bark. We need that for pumpkin pie. Alright, where's some wolves? There we are. Okay, here's a wolf. No, they just run away. Until I shoot them. And then they get pissed off. Which is understandable. Okay. Yeah. Trying to remember to heal myself for practice. You rarely play ranged characters. Yeah, for me, they're my favorites, so... Because my reaction times aren't always the quickest. And at least with ranged, I have time usually to figure out what I'm going to do. With Fallout 4, the ability to go into VATS mode to give myself more time to think was very valuable, and that's why I put that mod in there in the first place that would let me slow it down. Okay, let's try this. Okay, excuse me. I'm thinking. "82 points of critical damage? Wow. That's a lot of damage. I keep wanting to harvest these ones. They're different. Excuse me. Where are you? There you are. Gotcha. BVB, did you check, did you watch videos by Gopher on how to install mods? Because if you haven't, those are the ones that I would recommend watching as being the most accurate. Okay, so pretty much all we found so far is wolves here. Oh, so you guys will actually attack. You think that's who it was? Okay. Oh, no. That's not what I want you to do. Harvest it. There we go. Don't waste arrows. Yeah, one of the things that I will say, and you probably heard me say it before, is that you're really taking a risk if you're installing mods in an in-progress game or removing mods. You have to be so careful because you can easily basically corrupt your save. And that's why I've always been so very, very careful about what I add and when. The ones that are generally the safe to add and remove anytime are ones that just change textures. But I wouldn't recommend anything that does anything more complex than that. If you add and remove willy-nilly, then you're just asking for trouble. Alright, so it looks like there's just wolves here. And they will occasionally attack, which is interesting. Bite me, will ya? Okay. Alrighty, I'm just noticing that it is, in fact, 4 o'clock. which is just about time for me to take a break. Just want to go to the other end to see if there's anything else different here. If it's not, then I'll log out here. Yeah, because it's just a default scene as of yet. There's nothing too exciting here. So when we come back, I think we might check further down the road, because I'm pretty sure there was another area, the South Midmar way, that it was also a 2. But we gotta get out of here first. Oh! There's skeletons around here. Okay. So there is, in fact, other things here. Alright, I'm gonna go back this way then. Because I have a feeling that this might be the closer way to exit. And I wanted... Of course, now I don't know which way is out. Which way in the Y fork takes us to the out section. We'll try this left-hand fork first, and if it doesn't work, then we'll go back and try the right-hand fork. Unless, of course, they meet up, in which case it doesn't really matter. Hi, rabbit. Rabbits aren't used in any cooking recipes yet, so the only reason to shoot them right now is for practice in skinning and shooting. And butchering. So they are useful. Oh, geez, there's so many little... Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I was about to say, there's so many little roads here. Alright, let me just check my weight and see if I might want to go back off camera. Aha! No! Apparently we made a friend. Didn't want a friend. Not this variety of friend, anyway. Yowza. Right, well, let's grab his remains. You just wanted a bear hug, yeah. Just a bear hug. Okay. Okay, so we're at 73 out of 97. So, yeah, we've got 11 hides. I might go back and craft these off camera. Just so that you don't have to watch me do that part. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this afternoon's stream. I'll be back in 2 hours with more Shroud of the Avatar. So until then, I hope you guys have a good evening, and still working on my smooth method of going goodbye. See you in a while.